All right, this is the second thought question, and I'll be doing it on prompt F. After watching the video on Jeannie, do you think she was mentally retarded from birth, or was she not able to learn language because she surpassed the critical period of language development? Oh, and once again, I will be doing this outside because I'm unable to do it in my house, so please excuse any sound of cars going by or any other noises. I think that Jeannie didn't was unable to learn language because she passed the critical point of language development. I don't believe that she was necessarily retarded when she was born. I think maybe that she was a little slow. Like some people don't pick up as fast, or they might have some form, or she had a learning disability. But I don't think she was necessarily retarded. And the fact that her father locked her up didn't help it either. And that just caused for more of a backtrack in her education, intellectual abilities. Do I think that Jeannie was exploited? I do not believe, personally, I do not believe that Jeannie was exploited during this experiment because even though, yes, they were using her for research, they're getting grant money, and she helped make a lot of people's careers and lives, and they made them a lot more famous. I also believe that they helped Jeannie out a lot because from the situation where she started in being locked in that potty chair, she was able to develop. She met people. She was able to become a more social. Then they were treating most of the people she that was taking care of her were treating her very kindly, and they seemed to be generally worried about Jeannie's well-being and whether she could be helped. And I don't believe that they were exploiting her. Do I believe that the research done in Jeannie's case was ethical? I don't believe that ethical would be a good word to describe what this was, because of all that it if we're just speaking completely ethical, the best thing to do would, instead of trying to do research on her, would have been to just straight help her, try to increase her education, try to get her mind on track, make it so that she's able to learn language. But in a case like this, you can't really think too ethically, because this is a very rare opportunity, because there are rarely any children that are ever found that are in a case like Jeannie, where they are not given the love or attention or the ability to develop language. And Jeannie being the first person in a very long time that they found, they believed it'd be a good idea to get as much information on her as possible, just in case and it'd be useful just in case a case like this ever happened again. And then it just, it, even though it's not ethical, it still isn't completely the wrong thing to do. Do I think she could have learned language if she had better teachers? Yes, I do think she could have learned language if she had better teachers, because Jeannie was constantly passed around. There was nothing stable. There was not one person who hard down one was helping her. And even though everyone was trying to do their part, trying to get her advanced, trying to do this and that for her, they weren't doing it the most effective way to help fix her specific circumstances. If she had specific teachers, like students with mental disabilities nowadays, they get they could get personal teachers, personal people to help them out with any disability that they have, and that greatly assists their ability to interact with other people, speak, and have proper regular human responses. And if she had better teachers, she probably would have been able to do that too. What would I do if Jeannie was within my care? I believe that if Jeannie was within my care, the most thing I could do for her was try to find her someone else to take care of her. Someone that would really try to take care of her. Because me personally, I know there's nothing I could do for her, and I know my specific personality would not have been the most beneficial for her. Even though I personally do like kids and I can deal with kids, I could not deal with how she was, because because with her specific circumstances, you can't yell at her. Because I do yell at kids, but if I yelled at her, like the one family that yelled at her for barfing, because they did that to her, she stopped opening her mouth. And my specific personality, I would have tried to scold her, and that would have just made her regress even farther, and that would have been extremely hazardous for her, and she never would have shown any form of recovery or help. So the best thing I could have done would try to find someone else to give her to a hospital, give her to a psychologist, give her to anyone who is willing to take her and give her the attention and the proper way, and knew the proper way to help and deal with her. Because I know I couldn't have done anything for her. And yes, that is it. That will be the end of Problem F. Thank you for watching this. Hope it wasn't too boring and the cars were not too annoying. Goodbye.